Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we'll be learning how to fix an eyelet and how to fix a cover button using the RIVET machine. If this is something you're interested in watching, please keep on watching and let's get right into the video. Alright, so I have my eyelet here. The eyelet comes in two pairs. And I also have my cover button here. It comes in two pairs. We have the silver one and then the plastic one. So for the course of this tutorial, I'll be using this black fabric to cover my cover button, and I'll also be using that same black fabric for my eyelet. So I went ahead now to cut this my tiny piece of fabric into two equal halves. This is just me assuming that okay, this black fabric is a normal dress, like it is the back of a normal corset top or a normal corset dress. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll measure it. I think I have about 4 inches now. So you know, when it is 4 inches, that means you are going to be putting, if the spaces between the eyelet rings are 2 inches, that means this piece of fabric now we are going to be having 3 eyelet rings on it. The first one will be at the top, the second one will be at the middle, and the last one will be at the down part. So this is me dividing it by 2 inches. I already know that okay, this is the starting point. Then the next one will be at 2 inches. Then the last one will be at the last part. So I went ahead now to also do the same marking that I did for the first fabric for the second one also. So but for the course of this tutorial, I will only be doing the first line, the starting line, because I don't want to waste eyelet. So the next thing I'll be doing now is that okay, let us assume that this is a corset dress or a corset top. You know it is going to have a boning at the extreme end. So I'm going to make sure that my eyelet rings are as close to the boning at the extreme end as possible. So I went ahead now to use my scissors to cut out a hole. Please make sure that the hole is as small as it can be. Make sure that the hole is exactly the size of the big eyelet. So the eyelet comes in 2 pairs, the cover and then the big one that has a flat surface on the right side, and then the wrong side extends a little bit. So the part that extends a little bit is the one that you put inside your hole. The flat surface is the one that will be on the right side of your fabric. Then the part that extends a little bit is the one that will be on the wrong side of your fabric. Then you will pick the cover. The cover also has a right side and a wrong side. The right side is kind of smooth and the wrong side is kind of rough. So the next thing I did was to take my cover and use it to cover the big part of the eyelet. Please make sure that the wrong side of the cover is the one that is facing the fabric and the right side is the one that is facing outside. So now I'll be placing the cover part on my eyelet machine, and then I'll just apply pressure. And when I apply pressure and I remove it, you'll find out that your eyelet is fixed already. It is as simple as that. Very, very simple. This is what it looks like. You can see how neat this is looking. So I'll be repeating the same process on the second fabric also. I'll be using my scissors to cut out a hole. Then I'll put the long part of the big eyelet ring inside the hole, making sure that the hole is not bigger than the ring. Then I'll use the eyelet cover now to cover it, place it on my machine, and then apply pressure. So it is as simple as that. Those are the 3 things that you'll be doing. Puncture your hole, put the big eyelet ring inside with the right side facing the outer part of your fabric, and then take the cover. Make sure that the wrong side of the cover is the one that is facing the wrong side of your fabric, and then just apply pressure. And that is basically it for fixing the eyelet. If you are new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so that when I post a new video, YouTube is going to notify you. And also share this video to your friend so that YouTube algorithm can push it to more audience. So the next thing we'll be working on now is the cover button. You can see the cover button also comes in 2 pairs. We have the silver one and then the plastic one. So the silver part is the outer part that everybody gets to see on your fabric. It's the one that the cloth is going to cover. Then the plastic one is the cover. So these are the cover button dices. It always comes in sizes. I think we have size 36, size 30, 20 something, and so on. The sizes are always written on the dice. So you are going to check the body of your cover button, of the plastic part of your cover button. You'll see a number written on it. So whatever number that is written on the plastic part is also the number that you are going to pick
on your cover button dies. So for me, I have 36 written on my cover button, so I went ahead to also pick the dies that has size 36 written on it. So now I'm going to cut out a tiny piece of fabric without no measurement. I'll just cut it out, and then this is what I'll be using to cover it. So I'll place it on the silver part of my cover button, and then I'll be rolling it with it. I'll make sure that I roll it very, very tight. I'm sure you have seen it in movies, the way they roll money bags. So I'm going to roll it very, very tight and make sure that the outer part is looking very neat. So I'll go ahead now and trim the excess fabric with my scissors, and then I'll take the cover and then use it to cover it, making sure that the part that I'm going to tack to my fabric is the one that is facing the outer part. So the part that is covered with fabric is the one that is going to be going inside the big part of this my cover button dies. And then you look at the cover of the cover button dies, you will see that it has a hollow part. So that hollow part is the part that you are going to use to cover the cover button inside the big part of the cover button dies. And then you are going to turn it upside down. The smooth part of the cover is the one that will be on the down part of the rivet machine, and then you just apply pressure on it. And when I remove it, this is what it's looking like. You can see how neat this cover button itself is looking. You can see it is so neat. So now, just so we can understand very well, I'll be repeating the same process on the second cover button. Please watch this very well if you did not get it the first time. So again, I went ahead now to cut out a tiny piece of fabric, and then I'll be placing the silver part of my cover button on the fabric. Then I'll wrap it around it, just the way they wrap money bags, and then I'll trim off the excess of the fabric after wrapping it around the silver part. Just make sure that you wrap it very tight, and as you are wrapping it, make sure that you are checking the smooth part, the outer part of the silver cover button, to make sure that it is looking very smooth on it. So the next thing I'll be doing now is that I'll be placing the plastic part on the fabric. I'll use it to cover it. So on the cover button dies, both the big cover button dies and the cover, they both have a hollow part. So the hollow part of the big one is the one that you are going to be putting your cover button inside, and then the hollow part of the cover is the one that you are going to be using to cover your cover button dies. I'm sure you understand that. And then please take note that your cover button dies is not going to enter inside the rivet machine the way the EYELET dies entered inside it. So the cover part of your cover button dies is the one that is going to be at the down part of your EYELET machine. Then you just apply pressure on it, and this is how the cover button is looking like. You can see how neat this is looking, and there's no how hard you try to separate the rubber part from the silver part that it is going to remove. It is so tight and looking so neat. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. That will be all. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, once again, please do well to subscribe to my channel. Till I see you all again in my next video. Bye.